vacation.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So it's good to see you again. How you had a doctor's appointment last week?
Yeah,
Everything okay?
yeah, so far so good.
Whatever you're doing, you have to keep doing it.
Yeah,
So Jake, last week when we stopped talking, we turned off the camera, and then we were talking about how to raise my kids, and you were giving me some ideas. So I thought we would start today with some of the thoughts you had around how to raise kids.
yeah, it helps. You bring it out in the open and you realize that being the head of the family, you say, I know it all. That is the mistake most people make. I think your kids are a lot smarter than you are.
All kids.
All kids. That I found out.
Now, one of the things you said was, you said that the advice would be to ask them what they want.
That is the
listen,
best. Yeah.
and then help them.
That I tried to do it that way. Education wise, they were like Adam. He wanted to go in one direction, I pulled him back. I don't know whether it's good, bad.
How about Tammy? She was okay? She did?
She was always wanted to be an architect. And we had a hard time, but a friend got appointed in USC, and he said, the hell with it. Send her over, I'll get her admitted.
And but she was good. She always kept going to school, and she didn't do like Adam, where he wanted to go crazy.
Yes, she wanted to be an architect, and she was trying to get into a school. And to her, USC was kind of an impossible task. But actually, Adam's friend, who's a pilot, what's his name? His wife passed away.
I don't know. Oh, from your neighbors in Los Alamitos?
Yeah. Ah, God damn it. It's bad.
We all have it, trust me. Happens to me too.
Yeah, but his dad got retired from the army and settled down about a block and a half from our house. And somehow, both the kids were in the same class and they got to know each other, and they became very good friends, and we used to take them along. So on one occasion, I think it was Christmas time or Easter, we took them skiing. And Adam's friend, he ran into a pole and broke his two teeth.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, we called his dad and said that we have taken him to the dentist and got it
Fixed.
fixed, I mean just temporary, and when he comes home, should we get him right away? He said, if he is comfortable, let him enjoy the vacation. We were very good friends. And
So when you so going back to raising my kids or raising your grandkids, the idea is to listen to them and help them with what they want.
yeah, this is one of the main things which we neglect because we are assholes.
I agree.
No,
with
no,
you.
I'll be frank with you. We know it all. I think your two daughters will run you round circle if you let them.
But you have to listen.
You have to listen. All you have to do is you control one thing, and that finances. And that is what you bring it out in the open. We worked all our life to give you a better life. Money is there for education, not for playing around. And that's what I had to tell my kids, and I think probably you will have to tell
Yes.
your kids also the same thing. Because they think they know more than you do anyway. But you will be surprised how close they are to you. And yet, when you talk to them, they pretend that they don't know you.
That's true.
That's what I found out.
So with time, though, they come back.
They are back,
Always.
always. But they have got some ulterior motive. And that is, I'm not going to beg.
I'm not going to
And
beg.
that is because you raised them that way.
Yeah, because they're just like you.
Yeah. You raise them that you don't need their help, they can go ahead and do it. And that is the credit you and your wife have to take.
And so the difficult part is to try to listen and guide so that they don't feel like they have to beg.
Yeah, always listen. And then the final thing is you know one thing better than them, what's good for them, and lead them in that direction, like I did with Adam. He wanted to become an international teacher and this and that.
Yeah, when we're young, we don't know.
Yeah. But, you don't have to worry because you are just like us.
Now, do you worry about your grandkids?
No,
No.
except for Finn. But all we are doing, I mean, myself, my wife, Adam, is to providing enough fund so he don't have to go begging. And that we have done.
Yep.
And that is, I would say, it's a big achievement.
Oh yeah, it's a huge achievement.
It's the thing is, when in another couple of years, Don't wait too long, because your daughters are a lot smarter than you are.
That's true.
And get them one at a time. Just like I did. I got Tammy, and I said, "Oh, what do you want to do?" "I want to be an architect." I mean, there are breaks which you apply if they are
On the wrong
going
track.
in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And as far as both your daughters are, one of them said, "The younger one, you take first." And she says, "Dad, I don't want to be in the business you are in. I'm not interested." Now that is a very honest thing coming from her heart, because she trusts you. She won't tell me, but
Right.
she told you.
Right. Right.
So take heed. And there are ways of maneuvering people. I mean, sometimes you sit down and say, "Yes, I can understand you don't like it. But this is something you can start at $100,000 a year, and if you go to a new field, probably you'll be starting at 30,000, and you have years to build that thing."
Get them thinking.
Give them ideas to think what's good for them. And always, I always said, my folks always said, "Hey, we are doing this for you, and you just do the same thing."
I.
And tell them that you'll be doing the same thing for your kids.
What did your parents tell you to go into engineering?
Yes, because we got into construction business, and everybody wants to be on the top. So the best thing is to
Engineering.
have your own engineers.
Right. Right. Jake, how did you teach Adam and Tammy about money?
I'll give you an example which you were involved in it. I think he brought you and some of your friends,
Yeah.
both the kids, while we were going strong
Yeah, in the building.
in this building.
Yeah.
And they came and said, "The group which you were part of it
Yeah.
want to loan you money." I still remember that.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, "We don't need the money, we have it." And those small things, maybe peanuts, but it grows into a bomb.
What the value is.
Yes.
But I like the analogy you gave about the two shoe boxes. Here's what's owed. Here's
Yeah.
what's mine. Very simple.
Very simple. And always keep life simple.
So let me ask you though, as things get, it's not. I don't think it's as easy as it used to be for our kids. And what I mean by that is it's harder to get a loan. The prices are so high.
You see, that is when you come in. What, here's the thing I would do. If one of the daughter comes in, Daddy, I want a car. Okay, you deserve one. Let's go, price it up. Don't say no. So then you, oh, I want a Cadillac. Okay, here's the Cadillac. Okay, now, you know how much it costs. And can you afford the monthly payment? Oh, can you help me? This is yours. And you want it, so you will be responsible. The thinking starts there.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to do it. Then their thinking changes. From a Cadillac, they come to Chevrolet. I can afford this, I can't afford that. But you see, the thing is how to guide them. Don't make them enemies. Don't say, you shithead, you don't know nothing. You say, hey, I'm learning from you. Let's sit down and talk. Teach me something. Just reverse it. And you know, they are not stupid, these kids. I had a friend over a few years back. The daughter was going out with a man. And she came home and said that, oh, I'm going to move out and we are going to live together. And both the parents said, are you going to get married? No. What marriage? It's a piece of paper. It took them lot of talking, and all they did is they brought in their parents who got married, they brought themselves who got married, and he said, see how we fight but we make up. But when you fight, you don't have
No bond.
a bond. All you'll do is, okay, I go one way, you take high road, I take low road, and you ruin the life. See, those are the small things. Doesn't cost you money. It costs you patience.
You have to listen.
Just guide them. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
This goddamn Adam will teach me for about 6 years.
He's smart.
Yeah, but I won't let him. And that is the main thing.
But he learned from, who did he learn from?
Get to know them.
Right.
Don't say that I know them.
Get to know them.
Because, you see, this is where we make mistakes.
We don't spend enough
Because
time learning.
we are dumb. And our age, our thinking is gone, our everything is gone. And they are coming and oh, I'll fool my dad in 2 seconds. So that's where the tug of war comes.
Yeah.
And all they need is honesty.
How did you handle when they were dating and when they brought a boy or a girl to the house? How did you handle that situation?
Very difficult. Like Adam, first wife, we recommended that
He doesn't marry her.
all she's looking for money and stability. Because she, over the years, all she was looking for who will take care of me. And she found Adam. And to tell you the truth, when it came to divorce, and she demanded just about everything, including the house, and Adam packed up his bag and walked out. You know, that there are not too many people who will do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he told me he wrote her one check and said no more.
Yeah,
But that's because he learned that from you.
yeah.
Because you would do something like that. But how did you tell him that he shouldn't marry her?
We, point blank, we said she's not the one.
Mom and dad told her that.
Yeah.
Told him that.
Actually, I mean, she used to give herself away because she'd say, oh, my mother is a bitch, my dad doesn't live with her. I mean, the things which we heard, uh, coming from a family with 11 kids.
Right. Where you're so gracious and humble and.
So we tried to tell Adam, this is not the right person. But I'll tell you something. Who are we to judge that? She could have turned out to be a good one.
Right.
But the only bad thing she had, she wanted to compete with her folks who were very well off, very qualified, had a lot of money. And that was her drawback.
Now, how is it more difficult with a daughter than a son?
No,
Same.
it's about the same, it depends.
Because I would feel like Adam's a man; he can figure it out. I'm not as worried. With a woman, she's kind of sometimes vulnerable to the man, and so.
No, I think a man is a very weak person. A woman is a very strong person.
I would agree with you.
And no matter what, I think when you get married, settle down, it's the wife who runs the show.
I agree. So when Tammy brought boys around it was okay. It was uncomfortable.
Actually, there were not too many,
Yeah, that's good.
but they were group. In those days, there were 4 or 5 girls got together. And what they did, I don't know. But it was like when we went on skiing trips and all, they always got their girlfriend, the Tabby, and and said, no, I would like to take her and we can enjoy better.
Right.
And and things, the worst thing I did, I always thought I was smarter than them.
Huh.
And that was the biggest mistake I made.
And the reason you're saying that is because you weren't listening enough. You weren't
Yeah.
patient enough.
I, to tell you the truth, instead of a father, I tried to be a dictator.
Mm.
But I changed.
Is that? Would you say that that's why it's easier to be a grandparent than it is a parent?
Huh?
Would you say that it's easier? That's why they say it's easier to be a grandparent than it is a parent? Because when you're a grandparent, you don't have to dictate.
Now, the way I look at it, I tell myself, I deserve it. The grandchildren, I like them more than the kids.
You enjoy them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love them more.
But I think I understand why. When they're your kids, you have to mold them into whatever. But
Yeah.
now they have parents, so it's
And
easier.
we spoil these kids,
Yes,
the
yes.
grandkids.
Yes, yes.
So, the thing is, to tell you the truth, what you are doing is exactly what I did. Because you talk about your family. A chauvinist pig will never talk about the family. Me.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. You are like us, not like Trump. No,
I hear you.
I'm telling you the
No,
fact.
no, I hear you. That's interesting. So, as we get older, do you think your thoughts change, or do you think you realize what you could have done better?
You know, it's a very difficult question you have asked. For you, it's simple. For me, it's very difficult because I left my family and I came. So I missed one, I adopted another one. I'm half and half. You are full. That's the difference.
Are you happy that you did what you did?
To
Do you think
tell you the truth is yes and no. Lot of time, I'm glad I'm here, lot of time I want to be there.
But do you think for the family it was better?
No, I think My family, I was very fortunate. They just did everything right.
But 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 do you think because you stayed here and you created your own wealth that you did better for the family, or would you have done better in India?
I couldn't answer that question. Like my niece, she is become a world person, just a doctor.
Right,
And there are about 15 doctors in my family.
right.
She did something.
But there's something in the family that it doesn't really matter. I think where you would be, you would have been successful.
No, it doesn't, because we were taught one thing. To make life worthwhile,
To make life what?
worthwhile,
Worthwhile.
you don't go begging.
You work.
You work. And some of my family members are successful beyond, and some are struggling.
Yeah, I always don't understand that. How you can have the same family members and you have some that understood the rules and some that never. I never.
Yeah, let me give you an example. I never told you that, but my father, I told you, at about 10, he knew more than the President of the United States. He opened the shop for a living, and my two eldest brothers were 8, 7 and 9.
His older brothers.
Yeah, the oldest and the younger. And they were running the shop while my dad was going, buying things, creating
He was the businessman.
business. And you know what happened? They were so young. Somebody gave them a rupee and said, okay, you said this costs 7 annas. That means a rupee has 16 annas, so 7 annas. So give me my back. It's 9
My 9.
annas.
Right. 9.
But they couldn't do it. So my mother used to sit behind the curtain, and they would bring the dollar bill to her and say, it cost 7 annas. So she would separate it out, put the money that belongs to us, and give them the money, 9 annas, to go and give it to the customer. That's how it started.
But the interesting thing is you have your father and 2 brothers, and your father is smarter than they are.
Yes, he was, but
So I think then it goes back to God
yeah,
giving.
but the trouble is, he thought everybody else was as smart as he was, and that was wrong. But my mother was the buffer. She could figure out better by all she had to do was to live with that behind the shop and help the shop. I mean, it sounds stupid now.
But it's big. It's
big.
little lessons. So do you think though that your father was given talents that others aren't giving because it's part of how God makes up the universe?
You know, way back, I remember my elder brothers, my father, my mother, sisters, they always said, nobody gives you anything free. You have to work for it. I still remember that.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, and once you realize and know that,
Yeah, and that's how the family.
but going back to my question, so you have a family of 11 brothers and sisters, but were all 11 successful or some were not so successful?
Some were not successful.
And so I always ask the question, how can that be? Same house, same values.
That okay. Now comes to the difficult part. Is world over, you live as a family till you get married. Then the competition starts. And then you start to split.
So now you start competing against families.
Right. And then you say, oh, I'm elder, I'll take this, you take that. The fight starts. And then you have to become a,
So how did your dad handle that? How did your mom and dad handle those situations?
the thing is, they made wills that all the
So they decided who gets what.
equally divided between men. See, the men get 75%, the women or the girls get 25%. That is the Quranic law
In India.
in the world.
In the world. So 75% goes to the men, but how about the ages?
Huh?
How about the oldest to the youngest? How does it?
It should be divided that way, but then the oldest get the control also. They have been working and they have
Control.
developed their own businesses also, which they contributed and worked for it. So when the time comes to separate, they take the business and move on.
Huh. Interesting. And then all the brothers and sisters have their own families, and then they're all competing
Yeah,
to build their own empires.
their own empire or their own livelihood.
And did your father died before he could see all your success, right?
He saw a lot of success with everybody. We were going to school.
Did your father ever tell you good job? Or no? He wasn't that type of person.
No, it was very difficult to get any compliments out of them.
Now, do you think you're the same way?
No, I think I learned certain things, and I think now, probably if you talk to Adam, Tammy, they may say something else. But I think I did a good job of raising the kids.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they would say that. My question was, you said your parents didn't ever really give you any compliments. It was more expected. And and my question was, do you think you give your kids compliments?
Uh, yes and no.
So I find it interesting, right? We're raised by our parents, and then we do the same thing our parents did.
Yeah, it changes. The main changes come from the way the businesses, the country start changing, and you change with it. I mean, what you sit down with your two daughters, and they give you the life they're leading, it will be foreign to you. Because that much changes come in.
Right.
And I did not realize. I thought I knew it all. That was full of shit.
I laugh because I feel the same way. As I look at what I thought when I was 20, what I thought it was like, geez. It's
Yeah.
oh my gosh. I was really stupid. Ignorance ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes the nicest thing you can do is to get hold of your daughters and say, hey, I'm just thinking, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. Can you help me?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
And they will give you a very honest analysis of you than anybody else. Not your wife, but your daughters will. Because they are closer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
I really feel that,
You know,
when you are falling down,
yeah.
the people who will pick you will be, the first one will be your two daughters.
That's, boy, isn't that the truth? So you know the funny thing about this conversation is, not only with our kids, but if we just were more like this with all of our friends and loved ones, how easier everything would be.
I think we have a group which you are part of it. And I think we have kept it that way.
I agree. I agree.
I developed some friends like Mark Cohen.
Right. No, I'm like this with Adam. If Adam needs something, I'm right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly.
He's my brother. That not blood, but he's my brother.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
If something's wrong with Finn, if something's wrong with Taylor, if something's wrong with Tammy, something's wrong with Lou, whatever. That's
You'll jump in.
right.
That's exactly what I was trying to say with Mark. He watched me like a hawk.
Right.
You got enough. You got enough. I mean, it from a customer relation, we became
Great friends.
brother relation.
Yeah, that's great.
They started to look after us.
Do-
They needed anything.
Do you find it interesting, Jake, that sometimes you're closer to sometimes you're closer to people you meet than you are to your own family? Sometimes, not always, but you know what I mean by that. Like I could meet Adam. he's not my brother, but I'm closer to him than my brother.
Yes, this is exactly what I was saying about Mark Cohen.
Yeah.
And it was an accident that we got together, and I told you about how
Right. Yes.
we got together.
Yes. Yes. He told me.
But the thing is that, and I have told you over and over and over again, that you develop a relationship whether it is business or family. Then there is a relationship with just business. Now, I will tell you, uh, I, I, I don't know too much about your business, but as far as I'm concerned, I tried to develop the business as I was,
In your family. Same values.
same value.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, maybe when we get back from India we can I take you, show you my businesses.
I'd love to.
Okay. All right. We'll take a morning, we'll take a day, we'll go look at all of them.
I'd love to because, and the thing is, uh, you know, Adam has lot of contact, I have lot of contact, but there are 3 or 4 people are close.
Yeah.
The rest, c'est la vie.
I know what you mean. Especially in this area.
Yeah.
Newport Beach, Orange County is very not, the values are not so good.
No. And the thing is, from what I understand, your folks brought you up just like my folks.
Yeah.
You came first
Yeah. Yep.
because we talk similar,
Oh yeah. Oh, very similar.
but there are people, your other friends and all, I mean, they are friends, they are associates, but they are not close,
Acquaintances.
acquaintance. It's something when you are being brought up by your mother and father, it just somehow you hate them more than you love them.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you love them so much that if they do something to you, it just reverses.
Yeah. It's like a magnet, an opposite magnet.
Yeah, opposite. And that's what holds the family. I'll tell you, most of the family I am associated with and all that is the relationship is not there. I would say it's friendship.
Mm. Mm.
And our folks and your folks have developed a family.
Yeah.
That's why we talk the same language.
Yeah. It's true. What I find though is, for me, I like the family much better. It's empty the other way. I don't understand why people wouldn't want to be together and wouldn't want to take care of each other.
Yeah, you see us
Huh.
the same way. I mean, the biggest thing right now is the fight between Tammy and Adam.
Right. And how do you fix that?
Very, very bad.
What I don't like is what you said the other day, where you said it'll fix itself when we're not here. Well, it should fix itself now, so you can enjoy it, so that you guys can enjoy each other.
I know, but you try.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work because it got too far,
Too long.
too long.
Well, I always work on Adam, but he can be stubborn, so I have to be careful.
Yeah. No, it's like I say, they'll come together probably when we are gone. Who knows?
Yeah.
All you can do is pray.
Yeah, I pray too. I pray that they come together sooner than later.
No, it's really nice knowing you. It's something not too many people have been raised like you and us.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree. Very similar values.
Very similar value.
You know, when I first met Adam, everybody thought, oh, because I was kind of, I didn't go to college. I got kicked out of the house when I was 16. And everybody's like, oh, those are like oil and water. We were the best friends like this because we had the same values.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
Yeah, I think the main thing is, you said it. We, as parents, and you, if you have a friend of yours who knows your daughters, ask the question, and this is the same thing, how much they admire and love both of you, you and your wife.
Right.
But you asked her, oh, you're a shithead.
I think that's like you said, that's us because we act like we know it all instead of listening more.
Yeah. No, the family shows. That's all I can say.
Right. Okay, I have to get working.
Okay.
Another good time.